This is for the thumbnail. My name is Liz Kidder, and I'm a dreadlock artist. Hey guys, welcome to New Hampshire. Today I'm going to give you the whole studio tour, so come on in. So first of all, my studio is in my house, so when you first walk in, welcome to my living room. But then right to your left when you walk in the door is my studio. My client Jen made me this sign. I love it so much. Okay, let's go. Here we are. This is where all the magic happens. So first of all, my station, we've got my salon chair here and the floor mat underneath it, which is for hairstylists. If you're on your feet all day, this is like a must-have. My mirror station is OG. When I first opened my studio in like a commercial space in Massachusetts, I just was trying to do things the most affordable way possible. So one of my brothers had this old door laying around and I just got a mirror to mount onto it. I painted it and I bought this like crystal handle from, I think, Hobby Lobby. And I also got the, pretty much all the plants in here are real, but this moss on the door is not. But then I do have these like cute little air plants here that are real. If any of you guys remember Bob Glass, who used to make glass beads, he actually made these air plant holders. And then I've got my little table here that my husband made for clients to just put like their phone or their wallet or whatever, their drink right here. A couple little plants, and then I've got this icebreakers, like conversation starter cards. I haven't really used these much because I don't know, but I just thought it was like a great idea. So like for example, if you had like a long day with a client, you could just pull a card. What do you regret not doing when you were younger? That doesn't want to focus, but yeah, I just feel like it's a cool way to like get to know your clients on a deeper level. By the way, a lot of the stuff that I have in here, whether it's decor or things like this, are all in my Amazon link, which is in the description box. So just letting you know, if you want it, that's where you find it. I've got my mirror, obviously, so that clients can see the back of their head. And up here I have my picture of my hair on day one when I started my dread journey in August 2010. It says, "Embrace the journey." And I just have that up there as like a reminder for people that it is a process. You're not necessarily going to have your dream hair on day one. And my clock, obviously, so I can tell the time. Over here, I've got just my products that like I use during services. So these are open for me to use. And then in these little drawers, I've just got some like random tools, needles, elastics, more elastics, combs, extra clips, extra crochet hooks in here. So this is just stuff I might need while I'm working on a client. And then down here, this says, "Yes, I wash my hair." This is my client Trixie makes these, so if you want one, let me know. I'll give you her contact info. And then behind my station, I keep my stool. So this is such a necessity for being able to get up higher above your client to get the correct angle when you're working on the top of their head. Right, and I guess I'll just work this way, so making it right towards the retail area. I've got my little floating shelf here with some more plants. And this, I think this is rose quartz. I literally found this like in the yard, like on the edge of our woods. Pretty cool. Some more plants, some more plants. And then the retail shelves. I made these out of just like crates that you'd get from a craft store, and then I stained them. So I've got all my Dolly Locks products. I've got their new microfiber towels. They used to do travel sizes, but they don't anymore, so I just have a few of those sizes left. Those are on sale right here. We've got our liquid shampoo, our bar shampoo, detox treatments, cleansing sprays, refreshing sprays. And then down here I've got the tightening sprays. Like these are all the original scents, and then these are all the limited edition tightening sprays, including my own personal scent, which I wish you guys could smell this room through the video because it smells like Dolly Locks in here, specifically my scent. I like spritz some of the macrame and curtains usually every morning with my tightening spray. Anyway, then we've got their tightening gel, their locking powder, the conditioning oil, and then just some like care guides and stickers and stuff over here. Oh, and then in this top corner, I've got just some other products that aren't Dolly Locks, just a couple extra options in case people need them for whatever reason. And then on the bottom shelves down here, I've got some beads and other things for sale. These are the more like expensive, handmade clay and glass beads. And then they go down in price, $10 beads, $5 beads, dollar beads. I have some bead sets down here, so those are just already pre-picked out. Some crochet hooks, giant different variety of elastics. And then lastly over here, I've got these dread beanies that my mother-in-law has been making. So they're crocheted and they've got the giant hole in it so you can put your ponytail through it. By the time this video goes up, these will probably already be gone. And I guess that is the gist of that. Moving on to my closet. So first of all, the outside of my closet just got this makeover recently. It was just plain before, but I decided it needed something, so I painted these squares black and hung these new plant babies. And then this macrame has been here since before that. My client Trixie that made the Yes I Wash My Hair thing, she made me that also. My clients are so good to me. Okay, this is my favorite feature of my whole studio. Are you ready? Ta-da! Okay, so if you're like me and you like organization, then this is the dream closet. Again, a lot of this stuff is on my Amazon link if you are inspired to buy some stuff of your own. Where do I start? We'll start with the craft shelves. So on the right hand side over here, I've got all these different drawers. We've got my work in progress drawer. So that's just like any current project that I'm working on. If I just need a space to put it and it's not finished, that's where I put it. I've got all my like hair wrap kind of materials down here, or just the smaller ones anyway. So we've got embroidery thread and then different types of just like cord and hemp and what have you. And then I've got a couple drawers with just these extra beads. So these I'll either use on clients or on hair wraps, or they'll restock the retail beads if they get low. And then the last couple drawers on this side, I've just got some random extra extensions, just like leftovers from different things. And then I've got some client hair. I know this is kind of weird, but occasionally I remember to, if I cut someone's dreadlocks, like save a little piece, and then I can use those like as examples for different things. So I would never put those on someone's head or anything. Those are just like little souvenirs that I keep, which is super weird, I know. And then on this last shelf, I just have some extra products that are just extra stock for the retail shelves. In this next thing, I've got all of my human hair. So this is organized by color, starting from the lightest blondes up here all the way to the darkest browns down here. It took me, a long time to build up a solid inventory of extension hair. Most dreadlock artists don't have this on hand, but it is super useful when I have a client that just needs like little repairs and stuff. I have every color to match. Or if I'm booking, a new partial and they're going to need extension hair, I don't have to like wait to order a whole pack of hair or whatever for just them. So that is my extension hair thing. In this middle one, I've just got some odds and ends. So I've got my retail signs and stuff in here. So like chalk markers and like extra little signs that I use for my retail shelves. And then these little baggies are just for if a client's buying some beads or whatever. I've got some just glue and tape and, elastics and fishing wire in here. And this one, I've just got different types of hooks. So some of the hooks that I hang extensions with or actually hang on the walls. In this drawer, I have clamps. So I use these table clamps for like making extensions and hair wraps and stuff. In this drawer, I've got synthetic thread. This is made by Dollywalks, and that comes in handy for all sorts of things. I don't do the traditional like tying at the roots usually, but I do use this thread all the time. I've got some face masks in here. Luckily, I don't need to use those too often anymore. In this drawer, I have capes, so in case I end up like trimming someone's bangs for them or something, I just use the capes in those situations, not on every single client. And then I've got my hut tools in here, so just a curling iron and a flattening iron. A flat iron, same thing, just if the client has bangs and I want to like polish it off before I take a picture or whatever. And then I've got clippers and trimmers down here, which I don't really cut hair, but if someone needed some neck hairs trimmed or something, I could handle it. I am a licensed cosmetologist, so just throwing that out there. In this next one, actually let's go all the way to the end over here. So these are all my beads that I use like with the smaller holes. So I use these on hair wraps and accessories that I make, or even, this was I don't know, a few videos ago, I did like sewing these little beads onto my dreads. So these are all the small beads for that. So I've got wood beads, natural and brown beads, metal beads, black and gray beads, white beads, green beads, blue beads, purple beads, warm beads. And then this last one is jewelry making things. So not quite beads, but other things that are kind of like similar. Little clasps and stuff. And then in this last one here, I've got charms. So small charms, medium charms, bigger charms, biggest charms. And these are all for same thing, for going on hair wraps and stuff mostly. And then I've got this one with different crystals and stones. Also I utilize that for hair wraps or other accessories. And then I've got this drawer with different buttons and clips in it. So the buttons I also use on the hair wraps, etc., etc. And then in here I've got like wire and jewelry like tools to use with wire. So sometimes I'll attach little things to the hair wraps and stuff using wire. And then I've got a drawer full of feathers that I haven't really been using those much lately, but sometimes I put feathers on hair wraps. And then this is like leather strings, so sometimes that gets used on hair wraps or even on clients. And then down here is like greenery, just like little fake plants and stuff that I could also utilize in hair wraps. Okay, so those are the drawers. The only thing at this point, since I've reorganized slightly on top of the drawers that I have, is just my cleaning stuff that I need in between clients. So I got my Clorox wipes for the chair and whatnot, and my barbicide that I'll put like my clips and combs in. Now on either side, I've got like a little extra space on either side of these craft drawers. So on this side over here, I've got my like roll of gray paper that I use as a backdrop for when I take product photos. And then stuff back here, I've got a couple of tripods for mannequin heads that I just get out when I'm like teaching or doing classes. And then all the way on this side, I've got my just collapsible tray table that I use when I'm working on clients. So if I'm decorating and I need to have a bunch of decorative stuff out, or if I'm working on extensions and I have hair out that I'm using, I use that tray for that. Alright, moving up. So over here I've just got a bunch of random like synthetic hair that I make synthetic extensions with. I don't do a ton of that stuff, but I do try to have at least a stock in my studio so that clients can add in extra pieces if they want. And then behind all this hair, I have some hooks back here, so this is just like other random stuff. So I've got some different sari silks that just didn't quite like make it into a ball or whatever. I've got my blow dryer hanging back here, just some other random shit. And then moving over here is also more hair wrap and decorative stuff for clients. So these are the just like bulkier stuff that doesn't fit in the drawers. So I've got different types of yarns and sari silks and yeah, more yarn. So this is all kind of organized in here, but I can also like take these off if I wanted to you know, work on something somewhere. And then I kind of should move this, but I've got 3 of these like bins up here that, these are kind of messy. I'd rather not show you what's inside of them. But this one's hair wrap materials. That one is extra human hair. So if I have extra packages of like popular colors that don't fit into those shelves. And then I've got one in the corner that's just miscellaneous random shit. That's like my secret unorganized spot in my studio. And then on this side, I've just got all of my mannequin heads that I use for teaching. And that's it. That is the closet. I feel like it's all downhill from here. Okay, and over in this corner of the room, I've got my like other accessory extension type things for sale over here. So I've got hair wraps on the end, which I really need to replenish. Those just go so fast, I can't keep up with them. And then I've got my volume pieces. So I've got like those, I've mentioned them before, those like double-ended little mini pieces in my hair. So I have some of those for sale in here in different colors. My synthetic extensions, single-ended, with the loop on the top, and then the double-ended without the loop, and then wool dreads. So these are made by Karen Cartier, or Karen Salvatore now, Wild West Woolies. So these are her single-ended and double-ended wool extensions. So the synthetics and the woolies can be put into like loose hair if you don't have dreadlocks and you just want to braid those in as a temporary style, or they can be added on top of real dreads for just extra fullness, color, etc. Up here, I've got my shelf that my husband made for me. He likes to mill wood, if you can't tell. So I've got this raw edge shelf with all my plants on top. And then same thing down here. He milled this piece of, I think it's spalted maple, he said, and made this little end table for me. Which I have some more plants and some just coasters over here, and then the Papa Sun chair. So this is just if a client brings like somebody with them, then they can kind of hang out over here and have their own space. And then this is Miss Peggy's corner. So this is just her little bed over here. Usually if I'm working, she's chilling over here with some of her toys. Oh, big stretch. Are you the mascot? And then working our way around the room here, I have the empty wall. Normally I've got my like big softbox light right here. It's just in my car because I was using it the other day. But the light just kind of hangs out here in this empty spot. But then when I'm using the wall to take pictures of clients or whatever, I'll move the light out here and plug it in, and then have them stand like right here. So this is how I get all of my Instagram pictures with the nice clean backdrop and the nice lighting that is not in here. And then again, working our way around, that's where we came in. The front desk area. So this desk is actually from Home Depot. It's just like a toolbox cabinet. This is the back side of it that was meant to be like against a wall, and so it's kind of just ugly. So we took pallets, like the wood from the pallets, and I stained them to match the retail shelves and just glued them onto the side to make my little front desk. Here's my speaker for music, which is usually playing when I'm working on clients, but we are not playing today because YouTube has copyright problems. Anyway, more plants. Oh, Karen, that used to work here, she made me this plant hanger. And then my Monstera plant, this is my favorite plant ever. So, back here behind the desk, I've got my computer. This is how I cash people out. And then in here, I just have like my money drawer and random desk stuff that I might need. And then up here on this shelf, I've just got like a cup holder with pens and these little baggies for like if somebody buys beads, business cards, which I'm always out of, office-y stuff, tape, hole punch, stapler, credit card reader. And then hanging here, I always have this is like my little point and shoot camera. And then I've got my tool belt, my Dolly Locks tool belt So I just always grab this and put it on when, you know, when I first start working on a client, and then when I finish working on them, I just hang it up right here. And then I just got my clipboard with, this is like how I book my returning client appointments and stuff like that. So, yeah. It's literally like impossible to get out of my desk area because of all the plants. Okay, so that is it, I guess. It's a very small space and it's taken me a while. I've been in here now for 2.5 years. It's taken me a while to like perfect it, to like best utilize the space, but I love that. I love home decor, organization, stuff like that. So yeah, I love my studio. I'm really happy with it. I hope you guys enjoyed this, either just for entertainment purposes or maybe it inspired you for your own studio at home or wherever. Thanks for joining me today. I'll see you guys next week.